understanding.
This is Australian, it's not English.
It's Australian, so we speak very slowly. Now, first of all, I'd like to welcome you all to the Israeli family reunion. Now, the reason I can do that is because for me it all started in Israel in 1952, where I was born. And it progressed from there until 1965, when we moved to Australia. And then nothing happened. Nothing happened in the sense of the family tree or the family organised together, but you were still around and you were growing and all that sort of thing. And then in 1985, for some reason, I started talking to my father about where's all the family? Who are they? Must be a big family. Now, when we lived in Israel in the 50s and early 60s, our name was Tochani, not unlike the name Tachnai, which exists now. Now, Tochani, Tachnai, Miller are all the derivatives or the translations of Linarjevich. So it means the same thing. But we knew no one that lived in Israel when we lived here, except for Tante Esther, which was Estera, and that's all. We knew no one else. But all the other families existed. So I started talking to my father about different family members all over the world. And he told me about family in Mexico, family in Argentina, in Belgium, other places like that, but never mentioned Israel. Because for us, there was always no family in Israel. People would ask us, when you're visiting Israel, are you going to visit family? And this is back in 1978, 81, 2000. We've been here several times. And I always said, I don't have family in Israel. Well, here we are. This is family in Israel. This is fantastic. And eventually, over time, again, we put it aside, and for 20 years, nothing happened again. Then my father passed away in 2002. At that stage, he was 93 years old, and he was the oldest living relative in Australia of his generation. And when he passed away, I pulled out one day the old piece of paper which we wrote in 1985, all the names and countries very roughly, and I started searching on the internet for family members. It took a few years to do that, and over time I met family members in Mexico, I met family members in Argentina, in Belgium and so on, and then slowly the family members in in Israel started to come through. And with time, I communicated more with family in Israel. I developed a website and so on, where all this came from, leading up to the last 12, 18 months, where I did mention several times to Isabel that we are planning to visit Israel again, but we didn't because something happened in 2006. I think there was a second Lebanon war, was that right? Was that in 2006, about then? So we postponed our plans and we decided to come here for the Maccabia. And that's what we did. So the Australian people here, and we're all here because of the Maccabia, and we use this as a reason to get together and have a family reunion. And it grew, it grew, it grew and grew. With the help of Amos, we managed to contact more and more people. Originally we thought we were having between 20 and 30 people, and I think we have somewhere between 60 and 70, 67 people. So thank you very much for all of your coming. It's fantastic. I really appreciate that.